Hey there, everyone. It's Nate952. As you can see, I am cleanly shaven. And, what I want to talk to y'all about today is, a little about MMORPGs. I've noticed the top three, or at least top two, MMOs right now are basically both, in a way, the same way. What is it with this current meta? You know what I mean? First of all, I've tried and played World of Warcraft. It was enjoyable when I was younger. I really liked Mist of Pandaria. It was fun. That sort of Asia aspect and all that other stuff is beautiful. And I love Asian women and I love Asian culture and food and stuff. So that was a plus for me at the time. And even other parts of the game was good too. And I played a good bit of it. I think it was Battle for Azeroth was the last thing I played. And I think that was about it. And recently, earlier yesterday, well, as of right now, yesterday, I played Final Fantasy online, or 14 online. And it's, again, like I said, the same game, it just is, and it has mounts in it, and you gotta go from area to area, sort of loads in. Similar to World of Warcraft in a way, whereas World of Warcraft, it's a much larger area before you may have to get to an area where you have to go somewhere where it loads in, like from, if you're Horde Orgrimmar to Pandaria, you gotta go through that gate or whatever. And they're similar in the way that they both have the similar combat system. 1-2-3, 1-2-3, 1-2-3, spacebar to jump. You can use left and right click together to look around and walk it and to move at the same time. Same meta. Even Elder Scrolls Online, same thing. 1-2-3, 1-2-3, 1-2-3, 4, 1-2-3, 4, 1-2-3, 4. You can bind these other keys for your potions. La da 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 da. I've noticed this is the same and current meta for all of them. And personally, I think it needs to change. This cannot go on any further, any longer. I used to play, my first MMO I ever played, obviously enough, is, old school RuneScape. I started playing back in 2008. And I think, I don't want to play that game anymore. I'm tired of it, and I've just basically played as much of it as I could. I haven't played it probably since 2023, and that was probably back in November, just to see, just to log in, and all I did was set the fucking Grand Exchange, and didn't really do anything, because as soon as I did, one thing, one lane inventory of, fletching, I was like, this just can't go on. For a while, I was trying to get a quest cape. I was good, making pretty good progress at it, chipping away, getting the levels, and I got tired of it. Same old, same old. I want something new, I think that how OSRS, in a sense of point and click, point and click, needs to be the next generation of MMOs. I'm not bashing Final Fantasy. I'm not bashing World of Warcraft. They're good games. They're good. I just think they would be more, games like that would be more enjoyable if they weren't the fucking same. If they weren't the same. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, how World of Warcraft has that system similar to Final Fantasy 14, where it's 1-2-3, 1-2-3, 1-2-3, 1-2-3. Oh, you get these other buttons, you can bind your potions and healing items. I think it needs to be point and click from now on. That's why RuneScape's still up there. Game would be dead and gone right now if other games followed that concept. Why was DayZ so popular? Was it because you could 1-2-3, 1-2-3, 1-2-3, 1-2-3, 1-2-3, quick bind your potions, quick bind your meds and all this other stuff? I mean, yeah, you probably could in a way, but what was the meat and potatoes of the gameplay? It wasn't just, you pressed 1-2-3, 1-2-3, 1-2-3, 1-2-3, and then you pistol shot out a single action bursts, or your assault rifle did like a machine gun burst, and then shot a grenade out of its grenade launcher, like one click automatically, like it's that sort of World of Warcraft or Final Fantasy system. No, because it was point and click. You had to manage your inventory. You had to heal. You had to get somewhere to heal. All this other stuff. It was popular because it was a different interactive sort of point and click. FPS, third person. You can do third person in FPS and not have that 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. But there's certain ways you got to set up, and no. And OSRS, with point and click alone can be fairly complicated, especially when you have tick manipulation and other things. So don't say it's not complicated, or that it can be complicated, because it's complicated in ways that it doesn't have to be. It shouldn't be. And you think, well, that's basically means you're a simpleton, or you're basically wanting a game for simpletons. Yeah, but again, put away the fanboyism, put away the sort of common sort of, you got no skill bullshit. Because again, how can anyone have any skill at something when you're going to have something as massive as World of Warcraft is massive as Final Fantasy? And even with World of Warcraft, jumping you all the way when you buy the DLC pack or the expansion packs, and you get a level whatever fucking character to basically get to all the meat and potatoes of what they're usually advertising right in your face about. I mean, one, it defeats the purpose of the whole thing. Yeah, it gives a somewhat normie, quasi, expectation and experience. You get maybe a week or two of gameplay, of good, grinding that makes you feel good, up in here. But it shouldn't be that way. You bought World of Warcraft for World of Warcraft, the experience of Azeroth. Not to, buy the game and then do all this. And even if they took away that, 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 4 5 4 4 4 4 4 4 5 6 6 6 6 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. All you gotta do is set one key and then press the same button over and over and over and over and over and over and over. So it's like point and click. No. 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 It needs to be point and click from now on. You can have the aspects. You think, well, come on, right? Think about it, right? What did you like about Morrowind? It could be FPS. It'll be fun. Me personally, I'm not so much as a fan as well as any of the Elder Scrolls series. I mean, if I had to pick my favorite, well, there's storyline in all of them. I like how in all of them you can level your skills individually, because it has aspects of RuneScape where you could level each individual skill. You can become a master of all trades, of any weapon. You could master any and all weapons, or be a specified pure in any. And you can be, do what you like. Same thing with Fallout. Let's just say Fallout New Vegas and Fallout 3. Yeah, there's Fallout 76. But I'm not talking about that steaming pile of garbage. Because the people that made that, if it was the people that made New Vegas, we'd have had a game like New Vegas. But again, if it was the same people working on it, again, if you add the RPG aspect of RuneScape and some of the Elder Scrolls games, from that to a newer MMO, what would you get? Well, you'd get a masterpiece. Because you could level every skill individually. Let's just say instead of post-apocalyptic, you took something like, let's just say, Kingdom Come Deliverance, but you made it in maybe a sort of fantasy world, and it's sort of a colonial era, right? So you would have muskets. You'd have the realism of, what's it called? Kingdom Come Deliverance. But you wouldn't have the lock-on, the crappy lock-on system, where, it's overbearing realism. It's just kneecapped by the fact that you're locked on to one guy, where you can install a mod to basically disable that, so you can just run around pokey, stab, like you're gonna have to do anyway in the game, because, when you're playing the game, a lot of times the best advantage you could have is making sure you can sort of get off that lock-on system, so you can run right to the side of the guy and then stab him, because that lock-on system locks you into like a battle mode that, in a way, you're not going to react the same way you are to that guy, and that guy's not going to react the same way to you in a realistic scenario. If you have to, you're going to pick up sand to throw it in the guy's eye. Anything to get, your gun in his face, or sword in his chest, or your bullet through his chest, just like he's trying to put one through friggin' yours. You're going to pop maybe a smoke nade, okay? In colonial times, they didn't have smoke nades, okay? You're going to fucking try to do what you can to pop that ass wipe. You're going to hide behind a tree. You're going to cower. You're going to come out. You're going to shoot. You might get shot back. And you think, well, why not just play an FPS? Well, it doesn't have to be an FPS. It can be an MMORPG with RPG elements. Let's just say you make it to where, it's sort of colonial fantasy, right? You've got muskets, you've got swords like you can in, in World of Warcraft in a way, and Final Fantasy. But swords are still relevant. But instead of the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or, you can just put one key to, to do everything. Oh, you don't need all this, all the other stuff. Oh, just set that. No. Point and click. FPS. My vape's been acting up lately. Hold on. Yeah, this thing's gonna blow up in my face one day. But it needs to change. It all needs to fucking change. The top two can't be essentially the same game with different stories. The same game mechanics with different stories. Hell, you might as well say 3 if you consider RS3. But no one plays that garbage. Everyone plays the old school RuneScape. Because, for one, it's point and click. It's not as complicated. It gets only as complicated as you want it to be. You want a PvP? Yeah, it'll be complicated. Learning, Tiki and, specs that you could knock together and all this other stuff. Yeah, it can be complicated. But if you do something besides that form of point and click, where it's turn-based in a way, and it's more of FPS, something like Kingdom Come Deliverance, but without a lock-on system, so you can just walk up, stab whoever you want, level up, walk up, stab whatever you want, like Kingdom Come Deliverance, but without the lock-on system, where you can just go around, hack and slash, level any kind of weaponry that you want up, any kind of armor, weaponry, or whatever, right? You can become good with light armor. You can be good with, light armors, chainmails, heavy armor, cloth armor, anything really. And maybe you can make a game where it's like, turn-based, actual like an actual JRPG in a way. Like Pokemon in a way. Literally Pokemon, but MMO. But with different sort of creatures and stuff. Or without Pokemon, maybe Final Fantasy Online, but if it were like the PS1 games. The PS1 game, where it's turn-based in a way. But, kind of like, if you think about it, kind of like Wizard 101 in a way, if you remember that game. But without cards and crap, it's with characters and classes and stuff like that. And that's been done, and it didn't really succeed either. But if you were to take the aspects of something like Morrowind or Oblivion and whatnot, and make it to where it's point and click, you have all that massive world, all those benefits, all those creatures, all that stuff, in far more simplicity, in far more form of simplicity, to where anybody can pick up and play. Remember, that's how Minecraft got so big at one time as well. The simplicity, the pick up and play value, everything is there. You can build anything you want, you can do everything you want. However, that's what made it popular. Do that, but in MMO form. With point and click. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 shouldn't be how you should attack. It should be left click and right click to maybe block, or right click to aim, point to shoot. The only time you should use 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4 is if you're switching weapons. And each weapon you switch to, you could be better at. Do that. And I guarantee you'll have your World of Warcraft, Final Fantasy XIV, and OSRS killer. That's all. Thank you. This is Nate952. Like, favorite, comment, and subscribe. Till next time, see yous.